This video is for beginners who are looking to start their own AI automation agency, but don't know where to start. I know it can be overwhelming to look at this new business model and have no clue where to start, or even having no clue what kind of services you can actually begin to offer to businesses. So in this video, I'm going to be walking you through the first and most important step of picking your niche so that you have a clear plan on who your target audience is, what kind of problems you're going to be solving for them, and most importantly, how solving those problems is going to get you paid. Not only am I going to be sharing with you guys the exact framework and criteria that myself and my team use to analyze niches, but I'm also going to throw in 4 specific examples of niches and specific products and services that you can sell within those niches at the end of the video so that you guys can get started straight away. So if you're new to the channel, my name is Liam Otley and I run my own AI development and AI automation agency called Morningside AI. We help businesses both large and small to build custom-coded AI applications and create new AI products. But we also work with businesses as an AI automations partner where we go in and do a top-to-bottom analysis of the business and where AI technologies can be applied to decrease expenses and at the end of the day, increase profits. I've been doing online business since I left high school, which is coming up for 5 years ago now. I'm originally from New Zealand, but now I'm based in Dubai. If you haven't noticed, I'm actually back in Dubai now after about 2 months away. It's good to be back. I think I'll be here for a week or 2 before heading off again. Now, before you take advice from some random guy on the internet, you probably want to figure out what kind of results can you expect and what kind of results are you getting? So on screen here, we have my results. I've done $45,000 profit in the previous month just passed. I actually did a full breakdown of that $45,000 month, which will be available up here for you to check out. As you can see on screen here, we're on track to smash our goal of $100,000 in revenue for the month of June. And just below that, you can see we have a near-term goal of $100,000 profit per month, which gives you an idea of the kind of position we're at and where we hope to be in sort of the next 3 to 6 months. So with all of that out of the way, we can get down to the good stuff now. The first question you should be asking before you even ask what niche should I build in, you need to be asking, should you even start an AI automation agency to begin with? Now, if you're not familiar with what an AI automation agency is, I've actually just done a full breakdown on my philosophy and my sort of thought process for why I'm going all in on my AI automation agency. And in that video, I do a full breakdown of what the business model is, what kind of things you can deliver. You'll need to go and watch that video by clicking up here somewhere. Once you've watched that, come back to this and you'll be ready to get started. Should you start an AI automation agency? From my experience of working and building businesses within AI for the past year, AI automation agencies are by far the best on-ramp for entrepreneurs looking to get into AI. Building any kind of AI startup is just not feasible for beginners because it requires such extensive skills in the first place. You need resources, you need connections, and all of those sort of have to come together for you to be able to get any kind of money out of a startup in the near term. I would know, I'm literally doing an AI startup challenge on this channel right now. If you haven't seen that, it's going to be linked up here somewhere. And so on one extreme, we have AI startups, which take tons of resources and skills. And then on the other side, we have these gimmicky blog posting businesses, use ChatGPT to write SEO articles and stuff like that. So the good thing about AI automation agencies is that it can fall right in the middle of those two things. So on the extreme, you have startups, and on the other side, you have these gimmicky little make $200 with SEO posts. The best part about running an AI automation agency is that you get to work with AI hands-on every single day, and you get to see this technology for what it truly is. Very few people right now actually understand AI technology and what its strengths and weaknesses are and have the vision of being able to see where this thing goes and where it can be moving in the future. And I can tell you firsthand from my own experience that the learning and knowledge that you're able to get from running these businesses is immeasurable, and there's no other way to get it right now. You can't get it from watching YouTube videos. You can't get it from researching blog articles. If the past 3 months have rolled by and you've continued to be a spectator of AI, watching YouTube videos and just keeping up with the news, just know that that will put you dead in the middle of the pack, bang on average in terms of all of the people who want to participate in this market. But at the same time, there's people like those in my Discord and those running businesses like myself who are learning at a rate that's far more rapid than you could ever get from watching YouTube videos. Right now, you have an early mover advantage to start your own AI automation agency because businesses have not been offered AI automation services before. So it's going to be so much easier to sell them on this brand new offer than in a year or 2 years' time. So with that rant out of the way, I hope I've backed up my point here of this being the best on-ramp for entrepreneurs into AI, because you get to work with these businesses and work with this technology day in, day out and learn at a rate that far exceeds all these other people who are just watching YouTube videos and trying to keep up and not actually doing it. If you've been running one of these agencies for 6 months to a year at scale, you're going to be in the perfect position, both financially and with the skills and knowledge you have to springboard onto bigger AI startups and bigger opportunities from there within the AI space. Now, I couldn't truly call this the best on-ramp for entrepreneurs into AI if it didn't have things like 0 startup costs. You can start to sell these services, and as soon as you get paid, then you can start paying your freelancers. So You don't need any money to start the site. You can use a Gmail, you can use a free Wix site, whatever it is. You don't need to have thousands of dollars to start one of these things. And to address probably your biggest objection, no, you do not need to know how to code. You do not need to be a developer to start this. Your job as a business owner is to understand how to apply these different AI technologies into a business to increase their profits, increase their efficiency, etc. You do not need to be doing the work yourself. You can hire freelancers, you can hire contractors to come in and deliver the work for you. And finally, the last little point that I throw in here, this is an online business model. So of course you have complete location freedom. As I've just said, I've been in the Caribbean, I've been in Colombia for 2 months, I've been into the United States. I'm now back in Dubai for a week or two, and then I'm going to Europe for summer. So I can travel wherever I want in the world, all using this business model, and of course my other income streams as well. Now, if that all checks out for you, I may have something of interest to you here. I'm actually starting up what I'm calling the Original 8 program, which is going to be a group of 8 community members that I will be coaching in group coaches and sort of one-on-one private messaging, etc. Now, this is going to be my little group of guinea pigs. I'm going to be teaching everything I know, teaching them how to start their own AI automation agency, how to craft their offer, how to pick their deliverables. I'm going to be teaching them everything in group calls, private messaging, etc. I'm going to be holding their hand through this entire process that I'm going to show you in this video of niche selection. We're going to be putting into practice all of the strategies that I've formulated for complete beginners with no skills and no YouTube channel, etc., and see what results we can get them. So if that sounds even remotely interesting to you, you're going to be able to join my Discord with the link in the description or the pinned comment. You can join the Discord and then keep an eye on announcements. It's going to be released as a form that you can fill out, an application. It's going to be released on June the 18th for only 24 hours. So you're going to want to make sure that your notifications for that announcements channel and for the Discord server are on. And then within a few days, I'm going to be announcing who the Original 8 are, and we'll be getting stuck in straight away. Now, a key question to ask when deciding on your niche is, should I even niche down to begin with? This is a very common trap that business owners, and myself included, can fall into, which is trying to be a generalist and saying, I'll just take any business that comes my way. Why would I turn anyone down? But as we're going to go through here, you'll see that that's perhaps not the best way to do it. Unfortunately, or fortunately, by trying to cater to everybody, you end up actually serving no one well. Alex Hormozi actually illustrates this very, very well with an example from Dan Kennedy. We can use the example of a time management course. How much could you sell a time management course for? Now, unless you're some world-renowned time management guru, chances are you probably couldn't charge that much for them. So let's just say $19 for a general time management course. Now, imagine making that product a little bit more specific. Time management for sales professionals. Okay, maybe we can sell this for $99 now. We can even go more specific to time management for B2B outbound sales reps. Now that you're dealing with sales reps, if you can help them get just one more sale a month, then you could potentially charge up to $500 or $499. We can even take it one step further to time management for B2B outbound power tools and gardening sales reps. So that is extremely specific, and some people out there are going to go, wow, this sounds like it's made exactly for me. And when you go that specific, how much can you charge? This is made exactly for their avatar, maybe $2,000. And now the key thing about this entire thought process is that it could essentially be the same or a very, very similar product at the $20 price point and at the $2,000 price point. By niching down to a very, very specific customer, we've been able to charge 100 times more for essentially the same product. And those are the kind of markups and margins that you need to succeed in business. Everything I've just told you can be applied to AI automation agencies as well. By niching down, not only are you able to sell your product for more, but in all of your messaging and your websites and your emails and your ad copy, everything, you're able to make this hyper targeted to a specific customer and make it feel like you're speaking to them. And at the end of the day, that's going to increase your response rate, increase your clicks, increase your conversion rate. And again, it's another layer of making more money. Not only are you charging more money, you're able to get higher conversions from your advertising. And the final nail that I'm going to put in the coffin, if you still want to be Mr. General, the only way that you can scale an AI automation agency with a lean and small team is by servicing the same clients over and over and over, so that your team is not in a constant state of chaos of trying to figure out what can we offer these guys, how can we hack these services together, what different tech stack and products are we going to use. It's constant chaos unless you can streamline down and say, this is our niche, these are the things that we deliver, and then they can get better and better and more efficient over time. For example, you can specialize in info product businesses and figure out 5 really high impact and really valuable deliverables to provide to that niche. Your team can then dial in and become experts on delivering those 5 things. And after a while, you're going to see all the different variations of what these businesses look like in terms of their backend systems and things like that. But at some point, you're going to have seen so many examples that you basically have a way of dealing with every situation. And then from there, for you as the business owner, that is complete peace of mind and knowing that your team is not going to run into any hiccups, so that you can sleep at night and you can have the location and time freedom that you need and that you really want out of a business model like this. Now that we're clear on the many reasons why you should be niching down in the first place, I can explain how you should be choosing your niche. Now, unfortunately, blanket statements saying this is the best niche, this is the best niche, you should do this, you should do this, doesn't really help anyone. All of you have different experiences and backgrounds and skills, etc. What I can do for you is give you a framework through which you can identify your own niche. And by doing that and allowing you to come to the conclusion yourself, you're going to be so much more confident and set on the niche rather than just some dude telling you. First step in my criteria for choosing a niche is that they need to have money to spend. Not that difficult to wrap your head around. We either have, say, a mom and pop restaurant on one side, or we have a online coaching business, or we have a family run motel versus a online marketing agency. I'm not saying that you can't provide services to these ones, but these ones are going to have a lot more money to spend and therefore allow you to make a ton more money with less customers essentially. And in terms of the clients that you're going to be dealing with as well, the ones who don't have a lot of money are going to be on average more difficult to deal with and more on your case, more picky about how you're spending their money, etc. But the ones with lots of money, lovely to work with in most cases. Secondly, customers within your niche need to be easy to target. Now, the first side of this is obviously digital. Is it going to be easy to run ads to them? Is it easy to target them and market to them online? But then on the other side, it's also, do they have any organizations or groups that you're going to be able to access easily and tap into, potentially get marketing on their sort of newsletter or things like that? So you got online, and then you have traditional groups and networks of, say, doctors or dentists, etc. So before you pick your niche, either have a quick think, hey, if I wanted to get in front of these people, how would I do it? And if you can't think of anything off the top of your head, maybe you need to go and do some research and just Google some stuff, figure out what newsletters or groups they have, etc. If you can't find anything, probably not the best. And now thirdly, one of the more difficult ones to understand is what I'm calling vulnerable or optimized. If a niche is vulnerable to AI or optimized to benefit hugely from AI. I think both provide good opportunities. One side is obviously they're excited about being able to scale their business or make a ton more money with AI. On the other side, they are terrified about losing their jobs or their business not staying competitive and stuff like that. So both good angles that you can sell to. And that's why I've got them on the same line here, being either vulnerable or optimized. Now, this comes down to the actual nature of AI technology. And we have some industries that are on the chopping block right now and others that stand to gain a lot from the technology. An example of a vulnerable niche right now would be legal, because AI is doing a lot of the written and document analysis work that they are typically been required to do and they've been able to charge a lot of money for. So there's a huge wave of panic that's going through the legal industry right now that AI is going to come and take a huge cut of their business. So if you can help legal businesses stay on the cutting edge of AI and implement it to stay ahead of their competitors and stay ahead of this impending doom, then they'll pay you a lot of money for it. And on the other side, what I see as an optimized niche or industry is the coaching business. With AI chatbots like my Homozy GPT, which will be linked up here if you want to check that out, coaching businesses are now able to break through and break past what was always and traditionally the biggest handbrake on a coaching business, which is being able to scale their knowledge and scale their teachings. So now you can put all of a coaching business's information into a chatbot, and then you can offer a new service as, say, hey, if you want to add like a downsell to your offer and say, hey, you can't chat to me directly, but I'm going to have an AI chatbot that you can talk to and get access to all of my course content and all of my teachings, but you can just chat to a chatbot and not to me. So that kind of deliverable in particular offers a potentially huge ROI for the client. So that makes it easier not only to sell them on it, but also you can charge them more money for it. So with vulnerable and optimized businesses, you're either selling them peace of mind from impending doom, which they pay a lot for, or a massive increase in earning potential, a completely new offer for their business, which they will also pay a lot of money for. And I thought I'd throw in a final point here of familiarity. If you are familiar with a niche, say you've been working a corporate job, you've been working some kind of industry for the past 5-10 years, you're very familiar with it, it's going to make more sense for you to go in there because you already know what the bottlenecks in the businesses are and how you could apply the technology. You're going to be head and shoulders above. But I would say this could almost be a bad thing because you might go into a bad niche. You might have experience in a niche that doesn't fit these categories that we've just gone through. So be very careful about it and have a think, is this actually going to be beneficial for me or am I just going the easy path? So it might be better to go elsewhere. So you're done, right? You've picked your niche. Not quite if you're a beginner. For absolute beginners, there is one more step. You need to niche down even further, this time to a specific deliverable within that niche. So you're not attacking the entire niche like, hey, I help legal firms to automate their business and apply AI technology. Now put yourself in the position of someone who's never been inside a legal firm before and you're trying to start this business. That would make your head spin. You have no clue where to start. You have no clue what systems they have running. You're just completely lost and hopeless at that point. Starting a new business can be extremely daunting and difficult. So you really want to simplify things as much as possible down to the bare minimum, and trying to service clients for a full automation package within a niche is a big ask for a beginner. But if you just start with one high impact, high ROI deliverable within your niche and you find success with that first, from there, you're going to be able to set up your systems and your teams and build things out in a gradual process. Say, when you're into these businesses and you create them the first deliverable, you might be able to have conversations with them and say, hey, what other aspects of your business could I take a look at? Could I find some automations for here? What kind of chatbot would you potentially need for this, and slowly start to add more to your service offering over time. But just don't overwhelm yourself initially. Niche down to one specific niche and one specific deliverable, get started, and then you can think about being a bit more bold and taking on additional services that you can offer. As I say in my other videos, you need to be using some kind of Trojan horse to get into these businesses, to lure them in and then convince them that you're an AI expert and that you're able to deliver these services for them. And in most cases, the AI chatbot right now is the sort of buzzword, the hot topic that all business owners are interested in. So if you can use that, you can sell them even just a low ticket offer of a chatbot. And then from there, you can get more familiar with servicing those. You can build up your testimonials and results. And then from there, once you get in with that low ticket offer, you could potentially say, hey, but I also offer this automation package for your email systems that's cost $3,000. This Trojan horse method is so powerful right now because business owners are aware of AI. They've heard it floating around and it's exciting to them. It's, well, this new technology that's potentially limitless and could unlock my business in so many different ways. It's like intelligence, but it's on demand. It's repeatable. It doesn't get tired. And they have this idea that it could potentially help them. You just need to come to them with a offering, with a clear plan on how you can apply it to their business, and they'll probably let you in the door. If they need a little bit more motivation, you can tell them that their entire industry is moving in this direction as you speak. Now, I know that for many of you, this idea of niching down to a specific industry is straightforward enough, but perhaps niching down to a specific deliverable is a bit more ambiguous. So I thought I'd give you 4 ultra specific examples, being very specific about their niche and also about the deliverable might give you a better idea of the kind of offerings you could essentially do for businesses. Firstly, we have an internal knowledge and toolbot for social media marketing agencies. A chatbot like this can be very useful for agencies in order to get everyone in the business on the same page without having to have sort of person-to-person communication. You can have all of the information about particular clients all built into the same chatbot. You can have different tools like I want to generate a website homepage or things like this. You can build those into the bot. This can be very, very useful and increase productivity for social media marketing agencies. Secondly, we have AI integrated ultra personalized email flows for tax law firms. So super specific on the niche side and also on the deliverable side. To start with something like this, you can go to a law firm and offer to try and re-engage their cold or stale leads. Now, you can go really deep on these kind of things, but essentially you'll be using something like Zapier to connect to their CRM. And when a certain trigger is hit, you're going to pull information from the CRM on that customer, use that to generate a custom email flow, a personalized email flow based on that context. And then that should result in an increased response rate if you've done it right. Thirdly, we have 24/7 AI coaches for wealth coaching businesses. So this is using the example I explained earlier in this video. We are able to create a custom knowledge base and essentially allow customers or clients of the coaching business to get access to the information via an AI chatbot. Could be a very high value service to someone who owns a coaching business. And finally, a lead nurturing and capture chatbot for HR SaaS businesses. So you can have this kind of thing embedded on their homepage and it helps prospects and people who are interested in their products to find the right product. And at the end of it, you can capture their lead, insert it into the database, and they can trigger all their sort of email flows and marketing off of that. I hope that these examples show you just how specific you can be, not only on the niche side of things, but also on the deliverables. So if you can combine a hot niche with lots of money to spend, easy to target, etc., all the criteria that I mentioned earlier, with a really high value and high ROI deliverable, then you're going to start off your AI automation agency on the absolute best foot you can. Now, these are just a few ideas intended to help get your ideas flowing, but feel free to steal them verbatim if you just want to get started straight away. Now, the process of identifying possible deliverables and then deciding on which one you want to move forward with is actually an entirely different process to just choosing your niche alone. So I'm working on a video for that currently for you guys. In that video, I'm going to be doing a full breakdown on how to construct a killer AI automation agency offer, of which your first deliverable is obviously going to play a massive part. So I'm going to roll that's choosing your deliverable side with the constructing your offer because they're intertwined and hard to separate. I really want to do justice to the topic of selecting your deliverable and crafting the offer because if you get that right, that foundation, as I mentioned, is laid so well, it makes it so much easier for you the rest of the time building the business. For now, I think it would be very, very useful for all of you watching this to go out and do a bit of your own research, sketch out a few niches on a bit of paper and start to apply that same criteria that I went through with you earlier in this video and start to figure out who your finalists might be and who you could potentially move forward with as your niche. And then you're ready for that offer and deliverable video to come out next. And that about wraps up the video, guys. Well done for making it all the way through. I just want to point again, a reminder to the Original 8 program that is starting soon. I really want to get some really, really good talent into that program so that we can have a great start. So again, 100% free incubator inside my Discord with myself, coaching, group coaching, personal coaching, etc. on how to start an AI automation agency. 8 spots. It's going to be application only, going through niche selection, offer creation, signing first clients, delivering the entire works. And the form to apply for that is going to be released on June the 18th for 24 hours within my Discord. So be sure to head below to the description and the pinned comment, join my Discord, turn the notifications on, and more information on the release of that form is going to be shared within the announcements as well. So keep an eye on that so you know what time zone we're in and etc. Some of you watching this right now are going to be the ones who succeed in that group and go from 0 to 10K. And who knows, you might be back on this channel sharing your story very soon. I also already have a video out on how to service your first AI automation agency client, taking you through my entire process that myself and my team use to service clients. So this is probably the next best watching if you've just watched this one. So it's going to be available up here so that you can click through that and keep going. And as always, for more information, be sure to subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss the next one. Join my Discord to keep your fingers on the pulse of everything we're doing with this business model right now. And don't miss out on the golden nuggets that are being shared in my newsletter multiple times a week. You can sign up to that in the description and the pinned comment. And finally, last thing for me, as always, is going to be a 20-minute consulting call giveaway with myself in the comments. Head down below and let me know what niches you're eyeing up for your AI automation agency and why. I'll be picking the winner in 1 week from now. That's all for the video, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.